Well, welcome to Hamilton County Newsmakers. I'm Perry Williams, and as you can see, these are no strangers to Hamilton County Newsmakers because this is the time of the month when we are talking about our town Cicero. So, Shay, Judy, welcome again. Uh, it's exciting always to have you guys here because your enthusiasm about what are the things that you're doing up there at Cicero is wonderful, and there's many activities going on in Cicero right now. I know that we want to talk a lot about dining on the causeway, but Shay, tell us a little bit about the Parks has a project going right now. Can you talk a little bit about it?
I sure can. Right now, residents and visitors even can go online to the Cicero, Indiana website and take a brief survey for us. The Parks Department is getting ready to start its 5-year master plan and update it, and also do some impact fees as well. So the input from the public is going to be so vital in what you will be able to see in the parks in Cicero. So as you know, anytime you have that chance for the public to get involved, it's really important, because otherwise, the things that you might talk to your friends about, the Cicero, we need a canoe launch or whatever it might be, unless we get it in a written form, it's hard to put into those plans. So right now, you can go online to take that survey. Charlie Cambry, who's the park superintendent for the town of Cicero, he has just done a wonderful job with the parks and making sure that they're updated and maintained very well. He's spearheading our project. We are going to have an entertainment pier, not really entertainment, fishing, all of those things, hopefully by the spring to summer of next year. So that's going to be another project that he's going to work on, along with hopefully the development of a new pocket park for us as well.
That sounds exciting, and in fact, I want people to realize too is feel free to go online at Cicero Parks and take that survey, because myself, I did that. Even though I don't live up there, I spend a lot of time up there. I have a daughter and grandkids up there, so I spend a lot of time in Cicero and dine in many of the nice establishments and take advantage of the great parks you have in Cicero. So feel free to do that, because there's a lot of great things going on up there. All right, let's talk a little bit about Dine on the Causeway. It's getting closer, isn't it?
Just a little over 6 weeks. We're really excited. We've worked really hard for a year to get this in our community. We currently are expecting 264 people. We have only 26 tickets left.
That's amazing, amazing. You know, I was in on the original conversation, and then when you set the mark of what the price of tickets were and everything, and all that was going on up there, I was a little concerned to how many, but it's unbelievable. It shows you that people want something like that to do, okay? Because if the weather cooperates, that could be an outstanding view, seeing that sun go down.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
because I've been up there many times and seen that sun go down along the water, and man, it is beautiful.
And Perry, no ifs. The weather will be good.
That's right. That's good.
We have talked to Cicero Weather.
All right, well, that's good. And you do have Cicero weather up there.
Yes,
so,
we do.
so-
Absolutely. And he is a big supporter of OTC and a big supporter of the Dine on the Causeway. We're really excited. We've got another meeting tonight, a board meeting, to finalize some of the things. We are closing off that causeway, and the walkway for that whole day will be setting up. We have had a lot of participation from a lot of people, a lot of volunteers. The school, we're real excited to have Hamilton Heights School, the choir, the bands, the Honor Society. A lot of the kids are going to be helping us set up. They're going to be doing the swing choir.
Oh,
We'll be singing. The jazz band will be playing, and it's been exciting to see all the participation.
And the artwork. You can't forget
Yes.
the artwork
Oh,
of the children.
thank you so
That'll
much.
be great.
Yes, we are having 30 pieces of art from the kids, and we're going to hang it along the causeway. Then we will be auctioning that off at the end. We will also be auctioning off mums and centerpieces, and all the proceeds for that will go to the pocket park. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a wonderful evening, and I appreciate you guys getting your schools involved, because the one thing that I've always felt, the new generation is much different than you and I, because
Absolutely.
Shay's still young.
Yeah,
so
she's
you
not
can't-
in our
you can't put-
generation.
yeah.
Exactly.
But we grew up in a downtown, or knowing what a downtown was.
Yes.
And you think about it, this generation of today's high schoolers have no clue what downtowns
Absolutely.
are all about, or small town USA, or whatever you want to call it, because they go somewhere else. So it's great to get them involved and show that we can still have a lot of fun and in our own community. And that's one of the things that I know you guys are thriving for, to make that community better, but to also make sure that when those kids go to college, they come back to that community.
Yes.
Yes.
And that part of it is so important, and showing them that we have events like the Dine on the Causeway and some of the other programs and events that will be coming up later this year, like Wicked Walk on October 29th, and then our first ever Christmas festival that'll be later,
December 3rd.
Giving them memories, because I know growing up myself, that's why I always had a passion for downtown, because I would go with my grandma and great grandma, and we'd go downtown and we'd shop and we would eat, and having that connection and making those memories, that's what will bring hopefully the future generations back. And I know I'm going to teach my two little boys that downtown is important as well.
Absolutely,
Good.
absolutely, because that's an important thing. Would you kind of talk a little bit about, when you put together a project like this, you certainly have a lot of people to thank.
Oh my.
So feel free to go through and talk. I know that you're always reluctant to do that sometimes, because you're afraid you might miss somebody.
Exactly.
But it looks
Sure.
like you got a pretty good sheet there, and of people we can talk about, and that
Okay.
have been very, very loyal to this project.
Well, I think the first to thank would be our volunteers. We have many, many volunteers that have helped us, like I said, for a whole year. They have been there, they've gotten involved, they're excited, they know it's going to be a lot of work on that day. We're going to work all day. We're going to probably be working during the event. Different people will be out working during the event. And then we tear down.
Yeah.
So right after the event, everything has to be off the causeway. So that's the biggest group that I want to thank is our volunteers. They're awesome. They've been great. We do have some sponsors also. As I mentioned, the school, the Hamilton Heights School, has been wonderful. They're excited, and the Eagle Scouts, the Boy Scouts, the American Legion is going to be presenting the colors. They're going to have flags flying all along the bridge, which if you go to Cicero on the 4th of July, Veterans Day, any of those Flag Day, they have flags all across the bridge, and they're going to put those up for us. It is the 15th anniversary, the next day of 9/11. We are going to honor the police, fire, and military that evening. We're going to have somebody from the school singing the national anthem. So it's really the participation, has just been wonderful.
One of the things you were talking about, the American Legion putting those flags out, and I've been around forever here, and driving up and crossing that Cicero Bridge when they have those flags out, and the light is on, those beautiful lights that you have along the bridge there. There's nothing more that makes you proud to be an American
Yes.
Oh.
than to see
Yes.
that sight
Yes.
driving across that bridge.
Yes, everybody loves that. So we're excited that they're going to participate. We do have some sponsors. The Hamilton County Tourism gave us a grant for $1,000. Seven Sisters Florist are doing centerpieces for us for all the tables. So that's going to be really beautiful. They're doing the vases in our colors, teal. And Sweet Inspirations Bakery is doing, she and a couple of her friends are making chair bands to go around the chairs. Teal
Oh, okay.
chair bands. She is doing that. She's making 300 of those and donating all of the materials and her time. She's also doing the candle centerpieces. Plus, she is making a special treat for everyone to take home. It's an OTC bar. It's a bar of chocolate, and it's going to have the OTC and teal on that. And everybody will get that.
That sounds delicious.
Yes.
Yes, if you like
That sounds
chocolate.
great.
Sunseekers Travels, their commander have given us $1,000. Farmers Insurance, he is doing a plan with hero tickets where if you go to his office, and this is still available, if you go to his office, if you're a police, fire, or military, Farmers will pay $50 of your ticket plus your spouse or significant other. So please, it's on Harbortown, in Harbortown Center, right off of Little Chicago. Baker Consulting is sponsoring the public safety. We're going to have police that we pay, and fire will be there, so he is sponsoring the public safety and paying for that. 10 West is doing arbors. He's having arbors made at each end of the causeway. Morse Lake Weather has helped with advertising. Landsmith is doing their decorating all of the causeway with trees and mums.
Wow.
And it's just going to be beautiful. ProStar Consulting and BCR CPA Group are sponsoring the photographers. So we've had a lot of people that are helping us put this on for the community. We've got a lot of people coming in. I know we have family coming in from Ohio. So we have people coming from Noblesville, Carmel, Fishers, Kokomo, Tipton. People we're bringing into our community so they can see what Cicero's all about.
You know, the amazing thing when you do this list, now I don't know obviously all the sponsors on there, but I can tell you that most of them are small businesses, okay? I mean, you don't have the big corporate money on there or anything. These are people who live in that community or know someone in that community that believes in Cicero enough to give back, and I think that's what's wonderful. I mean, it really is that small business, and you know, we face it here, and I watch Jim every day as a small businessman struggle to meet the needs of his family and also continue to meet the needs of the community, and that's the same thing that you're doing up there, and that's what's so wonderful about that.
Yes. And I forgot to mention another sponsor that we just acquired Saturday. And that is, it's a new business in town, Sound Harbor. He is going to do all of the setting up of the mics, any of the sound system for us. We do have a band that will be on a barge out in the lake. It's a 3 to 4 piece jazz band.
And I bet you that's the barge you use to shoot the fireworks off of.
No,
Oh,
actually,
really?
it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's one of
I
our
know.
board members
Wow.
has. It's not even considered a barge. I call it a barge, but it's like a floating dock.
Okay.
So, and they are getting it. In case there's question, she emailed me today and wanted the DNR's number to make sure that it's inspected, so it will be safe. I was surprised at all the permits that we have had to go through, not counting the catering. The catering's doing most of, they're doing everything that they need to.
Yeah, because they got to go through the health department and all those things
Absolutely.
on that.
Excise,
That's right, yeah, with the
different
alcohol.
special permits for that. And that was one thing that helped us a lot because the caterer said, we will take care of all of that. But still, we had a lot of different surprises as far as permits. Because
So
we
would you-
want everything to be
All above
exactly
board.
right. Yes, absolutely.
So you're saying this has been quite a learning experience, huh?
Yes, yes. It's been a lot of fun though. We've had a lot of fun doing it. It's been so exciting.
And it's a good reminder for folks who are maybe they've not had an event to this scale before, or a new organization that you do want to check into those permits as you get started to make sure that you have everything that you need in place and you don't have to beg for forgiveness later.
Yes, yes. We want everything done beforehand. We want to do it right. This will be our first annual significant signature fundraiser.
And I will have to say, it's a good one.
It is. And I think that's something to note too, that the tickets are $100 a person, but those dollars are going, one, to pay for the wonderful meal that evening, but then also, as you mentioned, the proceeds are going to go right back into the downtown, and it's going to go right back into the community itself. And so many organizations like Noblesville Main Street and Sheridan Main Street and all the Main Street organizations, that's, again, one of the best things I love about Main Street organizations is that any dollar raised, you can see it right back out into the community through flowers, events, programs, and it's going to be the same with this event. I mean, it's going to go those dollars are going to go far in the community. So purchasing a ticket is almost like being a sponsored as well.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate those who have purchased tickets already.
Well, let's kind of talk a little bit about, because I've had some questions about this, is what is the attire wearing to go, and also what is with the meal? I mean, what are we going to have that night?
Okay. Actually, and I did not bring the whole menu, but we are going to have 6 appetizers, including firecracker shrimp. We're going to have a mozzarella tomato skewer included in the appetizers. And from 6 to 7, the caterers will be walking around while people can meet and greet. So they will be walking around with the appetizers. It is an open bar, and we will have bars set at each of the bump outs on the causeway, as well as the caterers will be going around offering drinks. They're doing a signature OTC drink in our color, which is teal. So it's they're doing a frozen drink. We will be having a potato, a vegetable. We'll have a wedge salad, and then we'll have beef burgundy and a lime chicken. Then we will have a dessert, which we have done tastings for everything, so we're all really anxious.
Next year
for
when
it.
you do that, I'll volunteer to do the tasting.
Okay. So we're all real excited about that. And then the attire. Somebody asked me that the other day. I can see somebody wearing shorts and a polo, shorts and a Hawaiian shirt. Women, I can see garden dresses, dressy capris. I can see just about everything. It wouldn't surprise me if somebody wants to wear a tux and a long formal gown. I think it's just whatever you're comfortable with.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Sort of a fun, I've told people, garden party atmosphere. Wear what's comfortable.
To meet the needs of whatever the weather's going to be that day, too.
Absolutely.
I mean, really.
Oh, I know. Yes. And we do have a tent for 300 people that will be set up in case. But we're not even
Thinking about
talking
that, right?
No.
But that's a good thing, and it's one of the things that you're prepared for, and even though it's an added expense, it's something that you have covered to make sure that the people will have an enjoyable night that night. Obviously, if weather moves in, you can't do nothing about the sunset, but I don't know, maybe we can put some lights up out there or something.
We do have a couple of surprises
Okay, good.
that I'm not going to tell you, Perry.
That's fine. That way those last tickets can go quickly because
That's right.
find out what's going on. What else we got? Is there anything else you want to talk about on this? Once again, where can we get tickets? Those few tickets that are left.
And the date, we probably should go over the
Yeah.
date.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Very important. September 10th, a Saturday evening from 6 to 9:30. And from 6 to 7, as I said, will be appetizers, hors d'oeuvres. 7 o'clock will be the program, and we will have the colors presented as we talked. We will have a little time to thank our sponsors and our volunteers and to recognize the police, fire, and military. Then we will, at 7:30, dinner will be served, and we'll have a few surprises during dinner that people can enjoy as they enjoy their meal.
And tickets can be purchased on Eventbrite.
Yes.
And you just go to Eventbrite and search for the Dine on the Causeway, correct?
That, or the easiest way, is to go to our Town Cicero Facebook page, and there's a link that will take you directly to the Dine on the Causeway Eventbrite. Or you can email me at sueotc@gmail.com.
Wow. It looks like we got a great event coming up here.
I think so. It'll be very exciting.
Sue, it's been amazing the job that you and your committee have done on this. I can remember sitting probably a year ago in a meeting when you started talking about this, and to be quite honest, Sue, one thing that you said was, we've been working on this all year long, and that's totally correct, because I know that every minute you guys can, you're working on this project. So
Yes, thank you so much. And it's been a lot of work, but it's been fun.
sort of
and
a labor
exciting.
of love, right?
Yes, absolutely. That's a great way to put it.
Any other events you want to mention? Of course, I'm hoping that you're coming on sometime the month of August, and we can talk a little bit about this again, and then talk about some of the things that are coming up in the fall.
Yes, because we have a 25th year anniversary car show coming up as well that we'll want to talk about coming up here in the fall. That the Cicero Friends of the Park, they do. And another great organization, and that's a wonderful thing with Cicero. You have so many wonderful not-for-profit organizations, and just in a short amount of time, I've really seen these groups reach out to one another to partner, and as so many people know, that's so important, because a lot of times, it's hard to fight for the same sponsor dollars and things. So when you're able to partner, I believe we're going to see more of that partnering coming up in Cicero with our different organizations to work together and make sure everyone's successful.
Well, that sounds great. Sue, you got anything else?
I don't think so. We have those tickets to sell. We'd love to sell out. If we get so many responses in the next week, the deadline is August 1st. If we get responses by then, we can always add another table.
Mm-hmm.
So even though we say we have 26 tickets, if you have people that want those tickets, we will make sure you get there.
Well, it sounds great, and as always, I appreciate you guys coming here with the enthusiasm that you have about Cicero and so many great things going on up there. A quick side note here. Monday I went out to White River Campground, which is right near you guys, and watched them put those historical bridges together. And what a fascinating time here. And I know that's they're gonna try to do some kind of ceremony in early November on that. So there's a lot of great things that are going on that in northern Hamilton County that people need to get up that way and see. And nothing's better than the dining in that northern Hamilton County Cicero
definitely.
area. There's a lot of great places to eat and a lot of different varieties of food that you can eat. I
Yes.
mean, so feel free to travel up in that Cicero area and take in all those fine restaurants and patronize the stores downtown and get you an ice cream cone at Alexander.
Oh, yes.
If you
can't
want to stand
forget
in
that.
line a long time, because when it's hot.
But it's worth it.
But
is-
it's worth
it is
every
worth
bit
it.
of it. Well, this is Perry Williams, Hamilton County Newsmakers, and I'll see you next week because we'll be talking Hamiltonite schools next week, as we'll have Dr. Derek Arrowwood here.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
see you next week.